Okay, so thanks a lot for this invitation to present and for this kind of academic speed dating conference. This is a joint work with my former colleague at Banque de France, Matteo Mogliani and Jean-Guillaume Sahuc, and of course, usual disclaimer applies. So sorry guys, but this is again a paper about growth at risk. So Esther and Francesca did a very good job, so I'm not going to spend time to describe growth at risk, but let me just remind two things. Is that the methodology is very simple, and this is why this tool is very popular now, and it relies on two tools. That is, first, a quantile regression that rate current GDP growth to past financial condition and past GDP first, and second, we need a flexible parametric distribution to account for squeakiness and kurtosis, fat tails, okay? And this is why we are going to use this generalized Q-student distribution as proposed by Azzalini and Capitani. So our contribution is very simple. So you say, okay, we are going to use financial condition index. So it's a pity to have a quarterly regression, okay? Why don't we use the high frequency nature of the financial condition index through a mixed data sampling approach, a MIDAS approach, okay? And this is what we do here, okay? So we focus on the euro area, and we consider, in fact, two daily financial condition indexes, the one from the BDF, FCI, and the one from the ECB, the CISS, and we provide an approach to optimally combine those two indexes, okay? And in addition, we also control by a macro forward-looking index. We control for past information, but we had a composite PMI to account for macro forward-looking information. And we focus on the 10% quantile of the conditional predictive distribution of urea GDP, and we build this indicator of financial downward risk to current real activities, this growth, this GAR at 10%. And so the estimation algorithm in a nutshell is the following. That is, we have two financial condition indices, okay? For each financial index, we built a Bayesian estimation of a MIDAS quantile regression model. We take the predictive quantile function, the conditional predictive quantile function. We fit a skew T distribution to the conditional quantile, so a quantile matching, okay? We take this the distribution, the estimated distribution, and then we combine the two distribution for each stemming from each financial condition index, and the weight here are stemming from the fact that we say, okay, we give more weight to the density that is close to the real density using a quantile-wide probability score function. Okay, and at the end of the day, we have real-time combined high-frequency measure of downward financial risk to real activity, the growth at risk at 10%, and this is what we have here. Okay, this is what we get with a 90% credible interval. Okay, that's the methodology, and in fact, we are going in the paper, we try to show that in fact we can use this tool in real time to have some information for useful information, we think, for policymakers. And we have four applications. The first one is during the sovereign debt euro area recession, and we show that the GAR 10% quickly captures the risk of recession during the summer 2011. Second application, okay, is too tempting. We have access to the complete distribution, so why don't only focus on the growth at risk at 10%? Let's use the complete distribution, and we are going to now cast the GDP density distribution, okay, for different forecast horizon. Third application, we are looking at unconventional monetary policy announcement. So each time we have an announcement as regard for guidance, APP, etc., we look at the effect on the growth at risk through a kind of event study, a quasi-event study analysis. And last, we look at what happens during the COVID-19 crisis for this index. So let me rapidly show you four graphs related to those four applications. Application one, euro recession 2011-2013. So this is GDP growth, okay, the black line here. And this is our indicator. And we realize if we follow the CPR that we were in a recession starting from February 2012, while if you look at starting from the summer 2011, we see a very sharp decline in the growth at risk 10%. So in this respect, we can imagine that we have a kind of possible leading indicator for recession. Second, we look at a nowcasting comparison with a Bayesian Midas, okay, without any nonlinearity, and a Bayesian quantile autoregressive without any financial information. And what we get is that we compare using 4 standard criteria. We get that the quantile Midas outperform in the short run. Okay, so it means that financial information seems to be useful in the short run. So this is pretty much in line with the recent paper in the Brookings paper of economic activity by Blackburn Muller, Lucretia Etchin, and Giovanni Rico in this respect. Third application, unconventional monetary policy. Each time we have an announcement, we see an increase in the growth at risk, okay, clearly. So it means that we have a loosening of financial condition, meaning that we have an immediate reaction of financial market. And the last application is the following. That is, this is a usual picture that we have in mind when we think about growth at risk. So the blue is the orange and red is something that we have before the COVID crisis. And as soon as we enter during the crisis, at the end of March, end of April, end of May, we have a shift to the left, okay, of the distribution, something that we expect. We can do this on a daily basis. Each day we can provide this kind of graph, and we think that that is useful. And then you see that end of June, we go back to the pre-crisis level, for some reason, mainly due to the impact of the ECB on financial market. Okay.
1 minute, Laurent. 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute, fantastic. I have finished already. So let me just summarize that we have here a real-time daily tool for monitoring downside financial risk to GDP growth in the euro area. What we do, we extend the seminal growth at risk approach by exploiting the high frequency nature of the financial condition indices through a Bayesian Midas quantile model. Okay, and we provide various examples of the effectiveness of this policy tool in terms of real-time macroeconomic analysis. And the advantage of this tool is that we can estimate a distribution of the risk basically each day, that each time we have a new information stemming from a financial condition indices in the euro area. And I'm going to stop here. I will be happy to take questions, if any.